Hi, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Monday,
Hey, guys.
April 20th.
Just so
I'm
you
Derek
know, I don't hear
Shore.
anything.
Hi, Courtney. I think you're having trouble hearing me, and I'm not hearing you either. Well, I think we're working on it right now. I'm checking my pack as we speak.
Okay, now I hear you.
Apparently, I'm not the only one who has a case of the Mondays. Maybe our technical team does as well. But folks, while we figure out the technical problems, I'm not hearing anything in here. Let's chat a little bit about what's going on today's show. And we have some huge news. If you've been watching KPRC Channel 2 over the last hour, you've probably seen Houston Astros third baseman Alex Bregman. He is involved in a fantastic cause along with his fiancee Reagan Howard. And we're actually going to get a special visit from the two of them a little later on in today's show. And Courtney, something tells me you might be able to hear me now because I heard something change just a second ago. We're both here, right?
I can hear you.
All right, good news.
I'm here. I don't know about y'all, but I'm here.
Celebrating the wins. You look great. How are you? How was the weekend? And looks like you have some updated art over your shoulder.
I do. How cool is this? So you've seen this artist before. Her name's Juliana, and she did another piece for us, and it's like an optical illusion. She is just quite the budding little artist, I have to say. And I've known Juliana since she was in kindergarten. And she is just proving to be such a great little artist. I love this optical illusion she did. So it's so much fun getting to see all the artwork that the kids are doing. And by the way, I did upgrade my my tape situation here. So tomorrow we're going to have we won't see the tape. You know, the crew, these people, they're just very difficult to work with. You know what I'm saying? So we're upgrading every day. There's new things to be added to this studio, this home office. But, you know, the weekend was good. You know, I don't know. You know what I did do, Derek?
What?
I tackled it. I did my nails.
I saw that. I saw you posted something on Instagram.
My shellac. Yeah, so I got the kit from Paloma to remove my nails. I'm sorry, guys. I have a really bad allergy, and so my voice is kind of going in and out, so I apologize.
Don't worry.
I did the shellac removal, and I have to tell you, I did a time lapse. So, like, the time lapse video was like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. It literally was like a 2-hour process. I mean, it was a lot of work, very intense. One hand is shorter than the other. And, you know, my nail tech, very nice, super cute, really chatty, but I felt like her skill level just wasn't quite there for the second appointment. So, you know, hopefully she's going to get some extra practice, you know, but it wasn't too bad. The shellac needed to come off. It was lifting and my nails were super long, but not too bad. It's more like a Monet. It looks great from far away. Up close, total mess.
I grew up in a house where my mom and my sisters always painted their own nails. I didn't realize that people actually go places to get their nails done. And of course, I know once this is all over, there will be a lot of very happy nail techs who can help fix everyone's nails. But in the meantime, Courtney, I don't think they look that bad. And I clipped mine yesterday for the first time in a while. And I have to say, it felt like a really solid win in my house.
Totally. And, you know, I will share a hack. One of my friends on Facebook posted that she had watched tons of videos on how to paint your own nails. And of course, like, you know, if you're right-handed, your one hand is going to look better than the other. But she said she put Vaseline around the cuticles, which allowed the polish to stay on the nail and not get on the skin, which is the disaster that I was facing. It was all over my skin, and I was trying to go in and remove it, and then I'd poke the actual polish on my nail. So, you know, it's trial and error. But apparently this Vaseline thing is the next thing I'm going to try. We'll see if that works. But she swore by it, said it was like the game changer when it comes to painting your own nails.
Oh, it's so interesting. That's a great tip. I mean, if Tina Purina were here right now, she would probably tell you that the stick-on nails, that is a home run every time. You just press them on, so I've heard.
Every time.
And then it's done.
Perfect length.
Courtney, I feel like I owe you a huge thank you for letting me know about the mobile cocktail van trend that is rolling through the streets of Houston right now. Bovine and barley. So we did this.
It's amazing.
I placed my order by text on Friday. I didn't hear back immediately. And then later, Christina was telling me that she has been so slammed. Literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of texts have come through on her cell phone. And it was great. They ended up showing up on Saturday right in front of our house. All of them were wearing masks. It was a no contact drop off. We did a couple margaritas. We made it a double. The chips they included were absolutely delicious. And holy cow, guys, it is worth placing your order. Just check it out. And not just margaritas, they have a few other cocktails on their list. And I know they are slammed, so just be patient and know that this whole cocktail delivery service is not an exact science, but man, oh man, it put huge smiles on our faces and was the great thing to enjoy while we played our 100th Scrabble game of the last few weeks.
Who's winning the Scrabble?
Okay, I have to say, it's Brandon. So in the beginning, I was winning. Now, he is smoking me. I mean, huge, huge scores. And I'm just so glad that we were reintroduced to some board games. And if any of you out there on this Monday motivation want to fill us in on what's motivating you to accomplish things during this week, you got to let us know. Maybe it's trying something new, like a virtual tap class online, or maybe it's, I don't know, trying a new recipe, as many of you have. Or maybe, as our friend Alex Bregman, I found out this morning, told me, along with his fiancée, Reagan Howard, they've been doing a whole workout routine to keep him in shape for training, right? So when the season happens, he'll be ready to go. And that was some great morning motivation as well. So I think they're going to tell us more about that a little later on in today's show.
Yeah, they've been posting their workouts on Instagram, which I've followed him for a number of years, of course. But their workouts are very interesting and they're awesome as well. And speaking of what's old is new again. You know, we had a surprise drop off of the game Operation from you and Brandon.
Well,
and I have to tell you, I was on a 2-hour happy hour call with Rachel McNeil, used to be at KPRC. She now lives in Arizona. 2-hour happy hour call with her on Friday. And the boys in Orlando killed it in Operation. They had many games. They loved it. And that was like the highlight of the weekend, I have to tell you, was the game of Operation.
I am so excited to know that. And we have been not going to stores, right? We've been staying away, only grocery shopping whenever possible. And we did that whole, you told me about this, Courtney. I had seen the Target drive-up scenario. Oh my gosh, guys, this is the future. I mean, it is incredible. Not only does this create more jobs, by the way, a couple of people sent me these nasty notes like, how dare you go through self-checkout taking people's jobs? Actually, nobody's jobs were being taken. They're being assigned different jobs and delivering things to people's cars. So that's good news, right? I ordered online on Target.com using the app a bunch of things, including the game Operation for you guys, and it was genius. We drove to Target, our phones knew we were there, our stuff was out being put in our trunk with no human contact. It was genius, saved time, and we were glad to do a little socially distant gift basket drop-off to your house a while back.
It was awesome. They were so excited about it, I have to tell you. And I wish I had video, but you know, I was drinking wine on FaceTime with Rachel. So, but I heard about it all weekend long. They loved it. They had so much fun playing.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm really glad to hear that. Well, we have a lot to cover on today's show, including a few really great giveaways that some local companies, even national companies, are helping out with, specifically for the people on the front line, but also for even just regular folks, right, who are just sitting on their couches at home. But before we get to that, Courtney, have you heard about this whole concept of quarantine constipation? Apparently it's a thing. I know that it's like, we hear of COVID and we think of respiratory issues, but now people are reporting some bowel issues as well.
You know why I think this might be a thing is maybe because like we're home or we're kind of out of our routines. I'm sure we're going to get to the bottom of like why, but I bet people aren't drinking enough water.
We're going to get to the bottom of it,
like
Courtney.
They're out of kind of like their normal.
Sorry.
You caught that?
Dad jokes here all day.
I know. I think people aren't drinking enough water. I found myself that I'm in that same scenario, that I'm kind of out of my routine. So I'm drinking wine instead of water. I mean, it just kind of happens.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. And maybe we're not moving as much unless you're doing the home workouts, you know, like Alex Bregman and his fiance.
Yeah.
Stress. The diet is changing a little bit. Maybe we're sitting on the couch a little bit more. But don't worry, we're going to get to the bottom of this. HCA Houston healthcare colon and rectal surgeon. He's going to join us later on in today's show and maybe answer a few questions about what might be happening. So if you are feeling a little rumble in the tumble, don't worry, folks, you are not alone. You are not alone. And don't panic either, because that's not necessarily a sign that, you know, it's a major health issue. It could just be like a disrupted routine.
Yeah, just to get things moving.
Okay, so let's get to some of the free stuff. So do you know what a bolillo is? I've heard of this term before. I don't know if I've actually had one. So they are crusty oval rolls with a soft inside, a staple bread for the Hispanic community and also everybody else, right, who loves bread. I love bread, right? So the first 500 cars to arrive at El Bolillo Bakery, they are giving away a bag with 10 bolillos each. That is incredible at their Pasadena and Airline locations, happening this Wednesday and Friday from 7 to 8 a.m., drive-through only. Okay, so that's the catch. You got to get there early. And on our website, you can see on your screen right now, HoustonLife.tv, there's a nice picture of what they look like, and you can get the 411 as well.
I can't believe you've never had one of these, Derek. I cannot. I mean, El Bolillo is like the place to go on Airline. That is like, they have everything from not only these like rolls, right, but all of the pastries, the Mexican sweetbreads, homemade tortillas. They have wheat tortillas. They have everything. The best cakes in town. And you literally go in, you know those like big pizza pans? They're the round pans, and when they're open in normal business, and they have tongs, and you just go and choose your own, and you bring the plate up, and they wrap everything up for you. It's amazing. Amazing. Don't go hungry.
Okay.
They have the best bread in town.
That's fantastic. Well, again, you can visit our website for more information. And Courtney, you did that planting project with the boys. I know we talked about it here on the show, that free kit from John Moore Services. And I guess it turns out it was a huge hit.
It was such a huge hit. John Moore did not realize how big this was going to get, and they are they're celebrating this success within the community. And listen to this. This is so cool because they are offering, starting on Friday, they offered all of these kits, but now there's more. You can pick up and go and get these planting kits with a bag of topsoil. And I'm going to say a bag. It's more like the giant, you know, I'm not a planter, but it's the giant topsoil bag that allows you to start. It comes with 2 vegetables, lots of flowers, and then directions on how you can transplant these seedlings once they start growing. It's a really, really great program that they're offering for kids, and it's a free planting kit. You can go to our website, HoustonLife.tv, to get more information. Very cool.
So satisfying to plant a little seed and watch it grow. I think it's great that they have expanded the effort. Who knew, again, it would be such a hit, but they say they're just going to continue assembling and passing out those kits. Also, for a lot of folks, Brandon started his car the other day, and I think it was the first time he had driven it in 5 weeks. Okay, so people, if your car is sitting around, that's not so great. You should at least start the engine here and there. If it's a gas car, I should say, electric car drivers don't deal with that. But if you need an oil change, folks, how about a free oil change and car cleaning to frontline healthcare workers? This is so cool. So it's called Mazda's Essential Car Care Program. Free standard oil changes and enhanced cleaning services for healthcare workers, frontline workers. But get this, Courtney, it is not limited to people who drive a Mazda. So you don't have to own a Mazda to get this. It includes most makes and models. 7 Houston area Mazda dealers have jumped on board, and it's really just their way of giving a giant thank you to the incredible healthcare workers for their tireless efforts to help keep us all safe and healthy. So check out our website, again, HoustonLife.tv, for this info and the rest of the stuff we just mentioned. But I think it is so fantastic that these dealers are getting together and trying to make a difference in the community, because it's just one less thing for people to worry about, one less expense for families to have to worry about. So thanks so much to Mazda and our friend Whitney, who let us know about their efforts there. So let's chat more about today's show. Sound good? How about a little mad science experiment at home with the kids? Today, Courtney, I think you and the boys are learning how to make ghost bubbles using just 3 ingredients. It's a great way to keep the kids entertained and learning. Can't wait to learn more about that.
Absolutely. Plus, we are tapping into happiness. It's the only tap class that's specifically for adults in Houston. The group typically meets in person, but now you can learn how to do this online. And we're going to learn more about some of the health benefits of tap and how you can get involved.
Plus, a familiar face, as we've mentioned already, will be joining us today for a fantastic cause. Houston Astros third baseman Alex Bregman and his fiancee Reagan Howard are on their way to raising, get this, $2 million. They've already passed the million mark to help feed Houston's hungry population. It's part of Bregman's Feed HOU campaign. The money raised will directly benefit the Houston Food Bank, and KPRC is pitching in as well. All the details and how you can help right after this. The need to feed Houston families is greater than ever before since the coronavirus hit. Here with a way we can all make a difference right here in our community. Houston Astro Alex Bregman, along with his fiancee Reagan Howard. Welcome to the show. Welcome to you both. So let's talk about this. The goal up front was to raise $1 million, and you sort of hit that a lot faster than you thought you would.
Yeah, Reagan and I, we saw a huge need for feeding people here in Houston, and with schools being closed, kids were missing meals. So we wanted to donate $100,000 and start kind of a campaign to do this. And Mattress Mac joined in right away with $100,000, and then Jim Crane donated $100,000, and then Sheridan and John Eddie Williams donated $100,000. So we're at $400 within like the first few hours of this launching, and it was a few days. More people in Houston community just really stepped up and just got this off the ground, and then next thing you know, we're coming down to the wire. KPRC actually donates $50,000 to help us out, and
right.
I think there was one more donation after that, and we were at $1 million.
So now you've upped the ante to raise double that, $2 million?
Yeah, we want to double it. And we've been really impressed by the whole community coming together, even the donations of $25, just how many of those that we've gotten. It's been amazing to see.
And Reagan, why for you and Alex was this a cause that was important to you?
I think we kind of sat back when all this started and we thought to ourselves, you know, what is important right now? What is Corona causing for people? What's going on? And we thought, you know, a lot of kids aren't able to get the meals that they usually get at school or at the YMCA. And so that was something that was really important to us. Like it just breaks our heart to think that a kid could go without food. So that's something that we were like, we got to make a difference. We have to do something about it.
And you both went, and you're not just raising money. You actually went and did a hands-on volunteer. What was that like for you to pass out food to people coming through there and accepting those donations?
Well, at first we went to the food bank and packaged it into some food kits. And every meal that we were packaging together, we were like, we better hurry, because if we don't get this done, somebody's missing a meal. And then 2 days ago, we went down and we're handing out the food and handing out the meals to people, and it just broke our hearts to see how many people were lined up waiting for food in their cars. And after feeding 500 families, there's still a line of 100 cars left, and it just breaks your heart to see that. And they're so thankful and so grateful for the food. I'm so thankful for all the people that have helped donate already, because they've already made such a huge impact. We've already gotten, that's basically 3 million, it's 3 million meals. 100% of their donation goes straight to the food bank. So if you donate $1 to this, it raises 3 meals for those families. So every single dollar counts.
That's incredible, 3 meals for $1. I think it's great that you two are using the fact that people know you and people love you, right? Newly engaged. We'll get to that in just a moment about the wedding plans in the age of Corona. But why is it so important for you to use your voices to help this community?
Well, we just wanted Houston to rally around each other, and we saw how tough Harvey was in this community, and we saw how everybody came together, and this is different now. Harvey, people from all over the country, all over the world, were helping Houston because they saw a need here, but now Houston needs to help Houston because the whole world is dealing with this. We're all in this together. So if people are fortunate enough to help out, we just wanted to try and do our small part in helping out, and just in doing this, we even adapted more of a love for this, and it's been amazing.
We have done, here on Houston Life and at Channel 2, we've done a lot of stories about the great need, especially when it comes to hunger in a city like Houston. And I think a lot of people would be surprised to know that in the fourth largest city in the United States, with a thriving economy and a booming population, that there is such great need. Have you encountered any folks in our community who are surprised to know just how many hungry people there are?
Yeah, we definitely have in our own lives, and also for us going there to the food distribution site and giving out food, I think even to us came to as a little shock. Whenever we ran out of food that day, there were still 150 cars lined up. So that really showed to us the need that there is, and the number of people that, even when they were showing up to the food distribution, weren't going to be able to get food. And that was definitely a shock to us.
And you know, the food bank, the meals that they're giving out are nutritious and healthy, and we felt bad that there's 150 cars there, so we were scrambling, running down to McDonald's to pick up food, and we're like, this isn't as nutritious as the food that the food bank's giving out, but we couldn't see those cars go home empty-handed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine how frustrating that must have felt. It's super easy for our viewers to get involved. I think I have some information here on my card right now. So you can just text FEED HOU, all caps, FEED HOU, to 41444, or you can go online to the FEED HOU Alex's Army donation page. We have on our website, HoustonLife.tv, we've posted a link. So people, if you're social distancing or staying at home, working from home, as we all are right now, you can just text. It's super easy. They don't have to actually go anywhere to volunteer. If you want to, that's fantastic, but you guys have made this as easy as possible.
Yeah.
All you have to do is text that number, and like we said earlier, any donation helps, and we're super thankful, and we also are super grateful for how this community just rallies around each other every time there's adversity.
It really is incredible how Houston comes together. I always say Houston is one of the best kept secrets in America. This city is so special. All right, we're just about out of time, but I have to ask seriously about the engagement. It was supposed to be the wedding later this year. Has that all had to be pushed back?
So it was supposed to be early December of this year, and then when Corona happened and the baseball season, I mean, it's still up in the air right now, so we don't know when it's going to start. We don't really know exactly when the off season will be, so we can't pick a date until we have that information. So it's been interesting to try and plan some things out before we have any of that info.
I'm sure.
It's probably going to have to be moved.
Is it going to be at Minute Maid Park? I'm kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Reagan would be like, no chance.
A split second, moment of panic. What about training, Alex? Because again, Reagan, as you just mentioned, the season is who knows when this is going to start. We all hear these rumors, but there's nothing concrete yet. How do you continue training for a season that is happening, you know, whenever it happens?
So I'm staying ready, and I know the rest of my teammates are as well. But, you know, the workouts have been fun during this time for us. We've been mixing it up. Some days we'll do some boxing workouts. We're fortunate enough to have a gym at our home in the garage. So Reagan and I have been working out together in the mornings or the afternoons. And yesterday we went for a run together. That usually gets a little competitive. And she gets mad at me.
Wait, what do you mean competitive? You race each other?
Oh, yeah, down the stretch. I'll like jog with her, jog, and then turn it
take
off.
off.
Yeah, and try and win. Yeah.
What did you,
Any puzzles or anything at home during this whole stay-at-home order?
More
games?
TikToks from this one.
From me?
Tricking me.
From him. Oh, yeah, I do the prank TikToks. Alex, come here.
Filling out a puzzle.
Hey, come here. My neck is killing me. Can you help me crack it? Push on the side. I just need to like push my head or something. It hurts so bad.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, I've heard
like the
you're
dancing
like quite a
ones.
thing on TikTok, Reagan.
I don't know about that, but I do play some pranks on Alex.
Maybe you
Splash him
could.
with water.
No,
She got like 4 million
I
views on
pretended
this.
to crack my neck and he like freaked him out.
She got 4 million views on splashing water in my face with a water bottle.
Okay, I need to download TikTok. Maybe you can show me how to use it, but I would
do it.
like to see that video.
We'll do it.
I'll show it to you.
Okay. Well, best of luck during this time of Corona. And I think it's really cool that instead of just sitting around and waiting it out, you guys are actively getting out there and really helping this community where it's needed most.
Well, thank you so much. And we're just trying to do our small part in helping out, and we're super grateful for everybody else that's helping us out in this effort to feed as many kids as possible during this time.
Your small part of more than $1 million, Alex and Reagan. You're very humble. We love that about you. Let's make it 2 million, folks. Thank you again for your time and for your efforts to help the community. And again, you can join Alex's army by donating now. All you have to do is text FEED HOU to 41444. We have posted a link to our website again with more information. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You know, we love hearing from you guys on social media and your Monday motivation to see what you have on your list. And Jody, I have to tell you, my husband did this over the weekend. He did our back, but Jody says her plan is to finish pressure washing the driveway and sidewalk. That's a chore.
Okay, somehow we are all in sync, Jody and Orlando, because I pressure washed yesterday too. Oh, what a funny coincidence. All right, Denise says she really needs to clean out her pantry. Oh, wow, Denise, we are right there with you. We need to do a deep clean, like just pull everything out of the kitchen and slowly start putting it back and organizing, right? It's a rough job, but it has to be done.
I know. I did clean out AJ's closet yesterday and dresser, so that was like a full day thing, so I get it. Patricia also wrote in, actually Denise, well, no, that's Denise. Patricia's next. She needs to write a composition for our handbell choir. Huh.
Oh,
that's
my
interesting.
Goodness. Yeah, the handbell choir. There's nothing like a great handbell choir. You know, we've had the folks actually from Brookwood, their handbell choir, on the show multiple times. When this is all over, we got to get them back on. I know they could use some love right now. And Gina writes in saying, finishing an online course on pet training she signed up for over the weekend. And you know, this is so great, Gina. Love that you're doing that. It really is so cool how you can jump online, you can learn something new, you can take one of these courses and still sort of move forward and not feel like you're just stuck. And in fact, coming up later on in today's show, we're gonna chat about a way that you can move your feet and boost your mood online, Courtney, with a little tap dancing class. I took tap when I was at UCLA. It was one of my favorite classes. Did you ever take tap or jazz or ballet dance classes growing up?
All of them, all of them. Yes, took them all. Started at 4 years old. Yes. And as a matter of fact, my mom was selling her house. All my ballet shoes, all my tap shoes, she had everything.
Well, okay, well, I'm glad I know this information now, Courtney, because once you are back in Studio B with me, I'm expecting a full-on talent show in every different type of dance, okay? So as promised, coming up next on Houston Life, move your feet and boost your mood, how these adult tap classes are helping Houstonians stay happy and healthy even during this time of social distancing. We're gonna show you how right after this.
Well, welcome back. You know, a local group is creating community through dance classes. They're called Tap Happy, and it's the only place in town offering tap classes exclusively for the adults.
And some participants, Courtney, say they're just there to try something new. Others may be reconnecting with an activity they enjoyed during childhood. But no matter what brings you to class, tappers leave with a boost to their heart rates and their happiness.
Tap Happy is a small business that offers tap dance classes to adults, and only adults. We say ages 21 to 91.
Then we're gonna do shuffle ball changes, shim sham with the shuffle, hop shuffle step, shuffle hop step, Irish, some stuff like that.
I've taught dance all my life, and done other work in dance, but at one point I felt kind of burned out on teaching. So I took a 2-year break. Then I missed teaching, and what I decided was that I would only teach what I really loved teaching. And so I remembered that I always had so much fun when I taught tap dance to adults. So it does fill a void where adults can come and be with other adults and either return to tap dancing if they remember how fun it was when they were younger, or they can, fulfill a lifelong dream. So our classes are in the evening, and almost all of our students are still working full-time. A few are retired.
About 2 years ago, I kind of made a New Year's resolution to find things that made me happy.
Most of the people in these classes have never tapped a day in their life.
It was instantly fun because it became my hour during the week where I got to relive being a child. Someone else was telling me what to do, and I got to just follow along and do something fun.
Well, it's fun and it's mentally challenging. It's good exercise.
I usually get between 4,500 and 5,000 steps on my Fitbit during class.
And what do you do professionally?
I am a homicide investigator for the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
I'm an anesthesiologist, and I was at work one day, and I was talking to a patient. I was about to anesthetize her, and I asked what she did for her, what's her functional status, if she exercises. And she said, you're going to find this really strange, but I tap dance for exercise. And I said, no, I don't find that strange at all. I used to tap dance for many years. It's been about 18 years since I've tap danced, but I loved it. And I said, tell me the information. I want to find the class.
Coming to class really just allows me to be free. I don't have to think about anything. Nothing's due. I get a whole hour of just being able to try to move my feet the same way that Sarah does.
8 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Most people do get their heart rate up and sweat. But it's also really good for the brain because you're learning new coordinations and you continue to learn new steps and new combinations of movements every week. We make it fun. We high-five each other and we clap for ourselves.
Oh my gosh, you're so
We did it!
We're so good.
We're all so different. We have completely different lives, just this shared commonality of loving dance. And so it's really neat just to come together and have this 1 hour, it's only 1 hour once a week, and share that and come back the next week and practice all together.
I'd like to think it's helping me age.
So I feel like people who come in to do something brand new, that they're going to be beginners at it. I think that's so brave and so adventurous. And I feel like there's a certain kind of person who comes in to take tap class on top of a work day and on top of maybe raising children at home and making those arrangements. I think it's people who are really full of the joy of life.
The worst thing people can do is get old, and I'm getting there fast, and look back and think, oh, if only I had tried this, or if only I had tried that. Try everything. Try everything. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, you tried, and you won't have any regrets later on in life.
Dance is life. Dance is joy. Dance is love. I just don't know what life would be without dance.
My goodness, I feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
There is so much coordination.
Yeah,
that goes along with that. And I love a good shuffle ball change. That's a great class.
Little shuffle ball change, a little shuffle off to Buffalo. It does make me want to go and take the class. We should point out, this was filmed before social distancing, and that was our executive producer, Katie Myers, working the mic there and tapping along with them. And although those in-person classes have been put on hold for now, the fun still does continue online. So what's happening is Sarah is doing these mini tutorials on their Facebook page, and she also has virtual lessons available. You can learn more by visiting their website, taphappydance.com. And I'm sort of inspired, Courtney, maybe we'll take the cars out of the garage, and the garage could be like the new tap studio at home or something.
I love it. Absolutely. You need to do that and then post some videos, of course. I love that. Okay, guys, coming up next, we're making ghost bubbles for Mad Science Monday. This is so cool. See how to create this easy experiment at home with the kids. It's all about science. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. You know, are you all out of ideas to keep the kids entertained? You are certainly not alone. We are all there. If you have water, dish soap, and corn syrup, then you've got the right ingredients for the next segment. Here's Scientific Sally with Mad Science of Houston with 3-ingredient homemade bubble recipe.
If you're anything like me, you've been struggling with your junior mad scientists during this time, trying to keep them entertained with new things. So I decided that I wanted to share with you a really cool experiment. They're called ghost bubbles. They're really easy to make. They just require three ingredients in order to make them, and they're good indoors or outdoors. What you need is just half a cup of dish soap. Any dish soap will do. And you need a quarter cup of corn syrup, and then you need an eighth of a cup of water. And you just want to mix that, make sure that everything is combined, especially that corn syrup that wants to kind of settle at the bottom. Just make sure to mix, 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 mix. The last thing that you need is going to be a bubble wand. If you don't already have a bubble wand, you can make one. You just need a pipe cleaner and a marker. The pipe cleaner goes around the marker so it can give you that circle shape. And you just want to tie the end off or twist the end off so that it's secure and you have your own bubble wand. You want to go, and what you're going to do is you're going to blow it up high, as high as you can, and as they start to come down, you can pop them. And when you pop them, you get little, ooh, that's a good one. You get these little ghost bubbles whenever you pop them, this little ghost that gets left behind. And the reason for that is what's left behind is leftover dish soap and the corn syrup. If you want to really get creative, you can do different shapes for the wand. I have here a heart shape and almost like a Big Dipper shape. And the whole the exercise of this is not only letting your kids get creative with the wand, but also to let them know that no matter what shape they make, it's always gonna come out as a sphere. And that has to do with the water molecules just always wanting to tightly gravitate towards each other, and they always make that sphere shape. So they can see that, and when they see that, and they pop them, what you see, I can reach. There we go. There we go. That was a good one. What you see that's left behind is the corn syrup and a little bit of dish soap that gets left behind, and that's why you can see those ghost bubbles. I really hope that you enjoyed my experiment and have a great day.
That was so cool. And make sure to check out the Scene on Houston Life section of our website to sign up for Mad Science of Houston's newsletter to get in on the fun. They have some really, really great experiments and perfect for homeschooling. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. As more information becomes available about COVID-19, we continue learning more about the symptoms associated with the disease. Joining us now is Dr. Eric Haas, colon and rectal surgeon with HCA Houston Healthcare. Doctor, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time. And of course, we don't want to alarm anyone. We're just trying to educate folks. The story is changing day by day. We typically hear about these respiratory symptoms, but now it seems to be indicating that some people are also experiencing what, cramping and diarrhea as well? Why is that?
Yes, thanks for having me, and good afternoon to you. So it's interesting, you know, why would we be talking to a colorectal surgeon about symptoms of this coronavirus? And what we're noticing in about a fifth of patients, their first presenting symptoms are GI related, whether it be typically loose stools or having kind of like irritable bowel type symptoms. And the interesting thing is these are such common symptoms, you know, having some stomach cramps or, you know, a nervous type of stomach and some loose bowel movements. We don't want to alarm everyone, because just by being, you know, situations like this where there's increased stress, you can have some belly symptoms And we don't want you to think you're in any major trouble if it's pretty simple.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these symptoms, and because I know typically at a colon and rectal practice, you see everything, right? Hemorrhoids, colorectal cancer, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, diverticulitis. If someone out there is experiencing these symptoms, is there anything that they should be doing to take extra steps to protect themselves? Or is there cause for concern that those symptoms may be an indication of something else?
Yes, I think that what we want to do is kind of listen to our bodies. And what's interesting is that people are very alarmed, and we understand that, about going to the doctor's office or the hospital or the emergency room. And everybody's engaging in safe practices and social distancing. But we do want to make sure that during this pandemic that's happening, that there's still healthcare providers here for you. And so if you're having particularly GI symptoms in the kind of stomach pains or loose bowel movements, bleeding, rectal bleeding, things like that, go ahead and talk to your doctor. Most doctors are doing what's called telemedicine and telehealth visits. In fact, I think pretty much everyone I know is. So it's as simple as calling the office and maybe making what you call a virtual appointment. So the first thing is I wouldn't get alarmed, but I definitely would talk to your healthcare provider about your symptoms and just make sure that there's nothing more worrisome happening.
And what extra steps can patients take to protect themselves if they are suffering from some of these conditions?
Well, first and foremost, if you're finding that you're having some of the GI symptoms, what the studies, and there were studies out of China, and now we're having some in the United States, what they're saying is that, number one, just engage in safe practices, washing your hands, wearing a mask if you're outside, because you might be one of those asymptomatic carriers, meaning that you might have the COVID-19 virus and you're perfectly feeling great, doing well, but you might pass it on to someone else. So one of the things that you can do is kind of help foster good care by washing your hands. In fact, the most common way that we think people are getting the virus is by hands to the mouth. And I think in Houston and in Texas in general, we're seeing a phenomenal job at keeping everything safe. But the GI kind of stomach issues are so common that I think just eating healthy, like we typically do, try to avoid either constipation or diarrhea by taking a lot of fiber in your diet, drinking lots of fluids, and eating fruits and vegetables, and pretty much staying healthy is advised.
And you just said it, GI issues are very common. If people are experiencing some things that normally they wouldn't experience, I know our schedules for many of us have changed, our diets may have shifted a bit. Are there symptoms, though, Dr. Haas, that we should be keeping an eye on that would lead us to either, call our doctor or, in more extreme cases, visit the emergency room?
Yes, I would say that's a great question, because although there's a lot of distractions right now, please take care of what your body is telling you. And some of what we call the warning signs of, some of the things that we deal with, which is a little more serious, is colon cancer. And in fact, colon cancer is still the #2 cause of cancer death in the United States. But the good news is that if you catch it early, it's one of the most curable situations. And in the colorectal community, we're noticing that we don't want something like COVID-19 or the crisis that's happening take away from your everyday care. So if you're feeling stomach pains, change in your bowel movements, weight loss or loss of appetite, if you're having bleeding, especially a little bit of bleeding from your bottom, we definitely advise for you to come in or call. We want to make sure we can screen you for colon cancer, which is something that we want to keep in mind. We don't want to forget about just the day-to-day things that we do to keep ourselves safe and healthy.
Well, Dr. Eric Haas, thank you so much for your time today. And of course, I know that at HCA Healthcare, it is so critical that care is not delayed. So the message from HCA Houston Healthcare is, do not delay your care if you do need to see a doctor. We appreciate your time today. And as always, if you would like more information, you can visit hcahoustonhealthcare.com. We'll be right back. Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, you guys are going to love this. I am sitting down with some of the stars of NBC's primetime drama, This Is Us. Chris Sullivan, Chrissy Metz, Sterling K. Brown, Susan Kelechi Watson, Mandy Moore, Justin Hartley. Oh, my goodness, so much star power in one room. I tried to keep it together, just about fainted. Seriously, they are some of the nicest people in show business, and we are learning more about all the laughter that happens on set, behind the scenes, on their hit primetime show.
And also coming up tomorrow, how to have a virtual baby shower. This is so interesting, from the invites to the games. Nina Spears, the baby chick, shares tips to help moms-to-be and also celebrate virtually.
Such a cool idea. I know a lot of folks want to continue celebrating despite the circumstances. And we do want to feature the great artwork we have been receiving with our KPRC Channel 2 art assignment. Here's a look at our artists of the week: Eden, Mia, David, and Michael. Last week's theme was all about pets, and fantastic job, everybody. We received so many great submissions.
And this week's theme is all about Mother Nature, with Earth Day and, of course, Arbor Day coming up. So be sure to share your kids' artwork with us at click2houston.com/art assignment. It's such a great thing that we're showcasing, and I love this too because it's part of sort of the art curriculum that we're all teaching at home as well.
Yeah, it's really great. And hang in there, folks. We can get through this together. And as always, we love seeing you. We love when you join us for this hour, which is just about over. Courtney, we'll see you tomorrow.
That's right. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.